Vijay Shekhar Sharma, the founder, CEO of Paytm, the blue-eyed boy of India's startup ecosystem. Today, the blue-eyed boy of India's startup ecosystem is being reprimanded, is being penalized by the Reserve Bank of India. Why? Because despite being told, despite being warned over the last 2 years, Vijay Shekhar Sharma did not follow the compliance rules which were put in place by the Reserve Bank of India. First up, is Paytm shutting shop? Is Paytm shutting down as per the RBI circular? No. Let's try and explain the story of Vijay Shekhar Sharma in simple terms for you. Does the RBI notification say that Paytm henceforth is being banned from doing any business? No, that's not exactly what is being suggested. What is being stated by the RBI notification is that no additional deposits, credit transactions or top-ups will be allowed in customer accounts, prepaid instruments, wallets, FASTags, NCMC cards, etc. after the 29th of February 2024, except for interest, cashbacks or refunds, as far as the Paytm Payments Bank is concerned. Withdrawal or utilization of balance by customers, including saving accounts, current accounts, prepaid instruments, up to the available balance are permitted without any restrictions. The RBI says that it was forced to impose these restrictions due to persistent non-compliance. Now, this is where the story gets intriguing. The RBI says that we're acting against Vijay Shekhar Sharma-led company for non-compliance. What does Vijay Shekhar Sharma say? Vijay Shekhar Sharma puts out a tweet and states that henceforth, we will now be a compliance-first, technology-second company. Perhaps this is for the first time that we're witnessing a top-flight Fintech honcho like Vijay Shekhar Sharma, who's become the brand ambassador of the success of India's Fintech story across the world. For the first time, we're now seeing that this brand ambassador saying, I'll focus on technology data, I'm going to focus on compliances first. What this has led to is that within the startup ecosystem, there has been a lot of concern which has been expressed by several equally high-profile people. If you look at this list of tweets, the who's who of India's startup ecosystem are all coming together in support of Vijay Shekhar Sharma. Mind you, this restriction which is being imposed now, this penalty which is being imposed now by the Reserve Bank of India is coming at a time when the other big, equally big player in the startup ecosystem, Byju's, is finding the going very, very tough for himself. Just like Vijay Shekhar Sharma, who struggled when his IPO came out, Byju's company too, led by its founder K. Ravindran, was accused by its own auditors that it was not following the compliance-related norms. Does it mean that there is a problem of compliances? Does it mean that there is a problem of transparency when it comes to India's startup ecosystem? And in some ways, is the story of Byju's and Paytm, is it related in some form? That's the other important part to look at. How does this RBI's payment bank restriction impact you? Existing customers of Paytm banks will be unable to conduct essential banking operations such as credit deposits, fund transfers, etc. Customers can only withdraw balances from their accounts or other prepaid instruments. Paytm app users are not affected as it falls under the parent company 197 Communications. United Payment Interface, which is UPI, these transactions will continue to function on the app. The other important question, what happens if users' Paytm app is linked to PBPL? There are no restrictions on withdrawing money from Paytm Bank Limited. Users can freely transfer money out of the wallet and bank accounts, but cannot receive money starting 1st of March. If this is the case, then who does it really benefit? There are some who are also pointing out that actually the battle is being fought elsewhere, and we're trying to look at it from a very narrow prism of whether compliances which are being sought for by the RBI, that's the real game. The real game is also global behemoths versus a Swadeshi company. Global behemoths like Amazon, like Google, they also are operating on a much bigger scale in the same space that Paytm is operating in. Is there a case to be made here that these global giants have come together to ensure that this big Indian success story, which Paytm clearly is, does not cross a certain line, remains within a certain benchmark, and the critical arm of business that Paytm was trying to get into, that critical arm of the business goes to these global behemoths. That's why, on one hand, these videos that we'd been seeing of Vijay Shekhar Sharma dancing, clapping, he'd made a name for himself, he'd made a mark for himself of being this really humble guy. He could walk into the biggest corporate boardrooms and still maintain his humility, his sense of humor. We ourselves have met him on multiple occasions, and he always comes across as the guy next door. Maybe this humility is not working for Vijay Shekhar Sharma anymore. Let's tell you the story of Paytm now for the political prism. Just see who all is commenting in this ongoing crisis that Vijay Shekhar Sharma is facing with the RBI. There is the Congress party, which has consistently believed that actually Mr. Shekhar Sharma is a scamster. If you look at the tweets which have been put by Rahul Gandhi, by Priyanka Gandhi, and some of the key Congress leaders, they believe that there is some deep link between Vijay Shekhar Sharma-led Paytm and the BJP. Why? Because on the day of demonetization, these front page ads which had come up, full page ads which had come up, all showed Vijay Shekhar Sharma thanking the Prime Minister. Subsequently, Mr. Sharma's business, which really kept on rising and rising and rising, his stock price kept on rising till it ultimately collapsed after the RBI announcement. The Congress party would like the country to believe that Vijay Shekhar Sharma is basically an alleged custodian of some link which exists between the BJP and him. But then there are the likes of Priyanka Chaturvedi, who is also on the opposition space. She's in the Shiv Sena. There are many other regional party leaders who are all coming together to express the sympathies for Vijay Shekhar Sharma. It puts Paytm and Vijay in a very different league of Indian businessmen, of successful Indian businesses. How many people can you think of who would get cross-party support? Barring the Congress, most other political parties today are ruining the fate of Paytm, are ruining the fate of Fintech, financial technologies in India. It was the same Mr. Sharma who was described as Captain Cool. He was the captain of the startup community. He wouldn't shy away from being with top flight influencers, with global celebrities, hanging out with them and still maintaining a very cool and calm composure. Maybe that's the reason why there is this cross-party support which we're getting for him. For the startup community, this story of Vijay Shekhar Sharma finding himself on the wrong side of Reserve Bank of India cannot augur well. And maybe that's the main reason why we're seeing so many people coming out in his support. Because what this will lead to is that there will be greater thrust now, first and foremost, to ensure that you're not running foul of any paperwork, of any policy-oriented framework. Have you ever wondered why many of these successful companies end up registering themselves outside India? Why is it that so many successful big Indian startups are actually not registered in India? They're registered in Singapore, they're registered in Hong Kong, registered in the US. Because the feeling is that this question of compliances does not bother them as much if you were to be registered outside India in comparison to being registered in India. Has Mr. Vijay Shekhar Sharma paid a price for being a big brand ambassador of Indian Fintech? I think the straight answer to his current crisis lies somewhere in between that question.